everybody, how's it going? Happy Sunday! Yo, how's it going, everyone? Happy anniversary to Final Fantasy XIV! I saw the tweet and I was like, oh hey, this would be a really good time, I think, to play 14 and do the Rising event that just started last night. I don't know why I was awake when that started at midnight, but I was! And I was like, do some PvP. So I did some PvP. I've got, don't look at my inventory right now, I got 64 Mog Tomes from between doing some last night and this morning. Oh my god, Momo, chill, hold on, let me get your I know, you're like so mad I turned your camera off. There you go. I'm sorry, Jesus! You guys didn't see, he was making it a little interesting to start up the stream today by being very needy, and I was like, I'm trying to like do some other stuff like in the background that you guys can't see, but he's clearly like, hey, hello, pay attention to me. Wait, why are there two quests? There's two quests! Hold up. What? Huh? Huh? Alright, let's start this one. I thought that was just gonna be one. I was running around doing Gold Saucer on my alts last night also, before I did the PvP. I saw this NPC. I didn't realize there's another one back here. I'm gonna have to check that out too. Alright. What the hell's that about? Kipe Jakya. Some people don't remember her. I remember her. But yeah, before we start this, so I know, Momo. Sorry, I got distracted by the cat. You know, you guys ever have it? Okay, so I'm calling it low poly brain. That means you're like, your brain has like ceased to function well. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're streaming. Hi. Or maybe you're next to a cat and then cat causes low poly brain, and then all you can think of is like really simple ass basic dumb shit like this is a cat. Cat is cute. You are cute. You are a cute cat. And then you're like, what was I doing? Shit, I don't remember. Low poly brain, that's what that is. Think about your high quality grapes in 16 as your regular brain. Big brain, galaxy brain. Thinks all the things. Like, really good at figuring shit out. And then there's your Endwalker launch Labyrinthos low poly grape brain. That's us right now. Alright, anyway. So we're gonna do whatever we got for the Rising. And then we're gonna play some 16. And then tonight, there's no raid, we're on break. We're on break from raiding for a little bit. Someone's gonna go on vacation starting next month, and we just beat Bahamut last week. Finally. So we're done with ARR's content. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna do Fall Guys. I don't know if we're gonna stream it or not yet. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be in like, what, 4.5 hours? We'll see. Might be tired. Alright. Siblings Rising. Kipi Jakya is looking a worried sister. I picked Samurai to do this on because it's the least weird looking glamour right now that still needs EXP. Oh, if it isn't Kitameki. It's always a pleasure, my friend. And how fortuitous that you should appear now, just when I'm in need of help again. Pray, hear me out. See, my brother recently wrote saying that he wished to meet me in Ulda during the Rising celebration. However, the appointed hour has come and gone, but I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. Well, ideally, he didn't get stabbed by a falling knife while walking down the street like someone else in another case in another game. I've checked all the likely places in the city to no avail, and I'm beginning to worry. If it isn't too much trouble, may I ask you to help me find him? Sure. I got you back. Look at this. This shows off our 1.0 tattoo really well, too. My goal... Sorry, I know, tangent. Streamer brain, low poly brain. What did I tell you? I'm a low poly brain kind of place today. Crap, what did I knock over? Sorry. I want to get this 1.0 tattoo IRL, but I'm probably not going to do it until after I've been to the hot springs in Hokkaido, because they don't always allow people with tattoos. So, that's my plan. Alright, anyway, I'm in your debt. Now my brother is a youth of 16 by the name of Nagi. He recently became an adventurer, something he had aspired to since he was little. I'm pretty sure we met the brother and helped him, like, in a previous year. Being an adventurer yourself, perhaps you know of him, if not cross paths? I'm pretty sure we have. Oh, yeah, we met at the previous Rising. I'm like, that sounds really familiar. I'm not familiar with the name. Alas, I've never heard... I recognize the name. It just said that. Not only did you meet him, you helped him on his way, you say? What an amazing coincidence. She looks like Ishola. That's cute. That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean you would know where he is now. If he isn't in the city, though, chances are he went outside on some business. To begin with, I propose we split up and make inquiries in case someone has seen him. If you could focus on this area, I shall speak with those in the quicksand. Afterwards, let us reconvene by the entrance to the tavern. Ooh, should we talk to the NPCs? Hello, Rising Attendant. In looking to the past, we take solace in the present and think of what the future may hold. That is the very essence of the Rising. This year, we have prepared a spectacular fireworks celebration. It is sure to enthrall everyone in attendance. You know what would be really neat if the Rising fireworks in any way, shape, or form mimicked the... Sorry, I'm like trying to clear these stupid notifications on my phone. If they mimicked the fireworks show that they just did in Japan, because I saw videos of that and that shit was really cool. I'm gonna turn the fan on. I know it's gonna create some noise. Actually, I'll turn it on later. I know, Momo, Jesus, he's headbutting me. Yeah, anyway, that'd be really neat. What is the Rising? The Rising is a period of remembrance that commemorates those lives that were lost during the great tragedy that was the Calamity. We also pay tribute to the unsung heroes who risked life and limb that others might know a brighter future. And so the streets are decorated with somber trappings, and the night sky is filled with vibrant fireworks. The solemn atmosphere and bright lights above may spur others to reflect on the doom portended by Dolomint. By doing so, they might give thanks for the present and muster hope for a brighter future. Thank you. I know, Momo, it's very distracting to try to read while you're headbutting me. Cool. Orchestrions. Ooh, advertisement. Do I have one of these? Nope, no, this is new. Alright, buying that. Can never have too many Realm Reborn Reds. We're gonna ignore how cluttered my inventory is right now. Look, I've been doing shit, okay? Not what I should be doing, but I've been doing stuff. Nonora, very cute little potato. Oh, you're the adventurer who helped with the bug infestation some years ago, are you not? It's a pleasure to see you again. Lest you wonder, as part of the Rising celebration, we are currently preparing an exciting game for your enjoyment. It will take a little longer, however, and we ask for your patience in the meantime. Are they just, like, gonna bring back previous shit they've done in previous years? Because that's kind of awesome. Sorry, I'm, like, gonna adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. We're getting a little bit... I closed, like, the blinds and everything, but we're gonna get a little bit of light scuff from me being next to a window. Midlander Rising Attendant. Greetings, adventurer. How may I assist you? Have you seen a Mikote gentleman? Oh, Nagi! I understand he is doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. Oh, I'm sorry. I dare say his client can point you in the right direction. If you can track the man down, that is. I'm afraid I don't know his whereabouts at present. I understand Nagi's doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. If you can track the man down, I dare say he can point you in the right direction. Okay. Didn't say anything new. Hello, adventurer. You need something? Oh, Nagi. Hi. I know the sprightly lad. Couldn't say where he is now, but last time I saw him, he mentioned taking on some delivery work. He's a curious one, he is. Gets along with everyone well enough, but doesn't seem to like working in a team. I know. Rising time! Hey, that Black Bear, how's it going? There's a cat headbutting me. It's very distracting. Well, with talk of bandits prowling the road of late, I can't help but worry. I know, Momo. As I said, I couldn't say where Nagi is now, but he mentioned taking on some delivery work. Might be that's what he's out doing. Hello, Bran. You're gonna take a nap in a little bit? Cat head bumping, Momo yeah, Momo likes to headbutt people a lot. He's very insistent. He's like, you're ignoring me, so I'm gonna pet my head. I'm gonna pet myself by rubbing it all over you. Very aggressively. With force and intention. I'm like, okay, Momo. Bran! Well, slap me silly with a harbor herring! If it isn't the adventurer who gave this Gaz a story for the ages by bringing that letter in a bottle way back when. So, what can Bran do for you this fine morn? I'm looking for Nagi, a Mikote gentleman, adventurer. You know, the type. I see. With apologies, I haven't seen this Nagi. As a matter of fact, I've been rather busy working on my upcoming piece on the Rising. Wow, I almost said piece de resistance. That is wrong. Why, just earlier I was interviewing the ever enigmatic wandering minstrel who's got another unusual venture in the offing. The Letter Forest, he calls it. Ooh. If that piques your interest, I recommend you go and see the man. He's at the Gold Court over on the steps of Thal. It appears Nagi's carrying out some work for the wandering minstrel. If you talk to the man at the Gold Court, you should be able to learn more. Here we go. Wandering Minstrel Adventurers. I cannot help but not trust him because of the things he does when we have extreme fights, and I'm always like, why did you add this embellishment? This was unnecessary. Are you trying to kill me? And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. And I'm just like, I don't know if I trust you. Yeah. Alright, Letter Forest Trader. Oh, she's cute. Can I have that outfit? That's kind of cute. What is that? Greetings and welcome to the Letter Forest. Displayed here are messages of gratitude and encouragement which folk of the realm over have anonymously written. It comes as no surprise, but no few messages are addressed to adventurers. Sorry, I couldn't hit the mute button in time. I had to sneeze. You feel like you've seen me wear something IRL before, kind of like that? I mean, probably. I wear a lot of things. This is very my vibe. Now, we're still in the midst of preparation, but I should be pleased to guide you when all is in readiness. Please return anon. Yoshida, hello. I mean, not Yoshida. Yoshida incognito. Ah, my dear friend. What a pleasant surprise this is. I trust you have been keeping well. Now then, how might this minstrel be of service? I'm looking for Nagi. You sent him on an errand, probably to do a delivery somewhere. So, Nagi's sister wishes to find him. Indeed, I have entrusted him with a task and have an inkling as to where he might be. As you may have heard, on the occasion of this Rising celebration, I am hosting an exhibit called the Letter Forest. All are invited to anonymously submit letters to this forest and express their gratitude and encouragement for another, and all may peruse the letters at their leisure. Now, in order to collect missives from outside of Ul'dah, I have dispatched a chocobo carriage. Nagi's escorting said carriage. When he contacted me on Link Pearl a while ago, he said they had emerged from the Twellswood on their way back to Ul'dah. Given the hour, they should have already arrived. I know not what is causing the delay, but might I trouble you to look for them? I would go myself, except I am needed here at present. Sure. I got this. This sounds like something else in particular. Maybe. Truly grateful. case it helps, the carriage was meant to pass through Blackbrush Station, so perhaps you could take your search to that area. I pray that nothing has befallen them. But I mean, we're friends with the Beastmen now. As I mentioned, the carriage was meant to pass through Blackbrush Station. That may be a sound place for you to begin your search. Hey, Vivian, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Alright, Blackbrush Station. Here we go. Your brain's not working at the moment? It's called low poly brain. I was just talking about this. There's your high quality FF16 great brain, which is, you know, when you're at your peak and you're like got the galaxy brain and things are functioning really well. And then there's your low poly I'm tired or streaming or next to a cat brain that just like, this is a kitty. Cat be cute. Oh shit, I was supposed to go talk to her at the quicksand. I fucked up! I wasted Gil. Low poly brain. Just finished the event earlier, so you're here to see reactions? Ooh, nice. I'm glad. I'm glad you could join us. I was already very surprised to see that there's two quests. One is clearly repeatable, and then there's the main one, and I was like, huh? Hi. There you are. Were you able to learn Odd of Nagi? Yeah, he's apparently out doing deliveries, escorting a chocobo carriage, and should be somewhere around Blackbrush Station. Escorting a carriage for the minstrel? So that is the way of it. As suggested, let us take ourselves to Blackbrush Station and try searching in the vicinity. I forgot to report to the sister because I'm a terrible person. I have money. Alright, the cat fell asleep, so he's not going to be headbutting me anymore. That'll help. Hello, merchant. Need to get help. Oh, no. What'd you get attacked by? Kinameki! No sooner did I arrive than this man came running out of breath. You're an adventurer? Thank the 12! It's the bandits from the Kiveron Manse. They've fallen on a chocobo carriage over by the clutch. The carriage only had one guard, but he was sorely outnumbered. Please, you must help him. Oh, that sounds like Nagi. That has to be Nagi. With me. I mean, don't worry about it. Bandits! Is that who I think it is? Is that my homie? Damn it, there's no end to them. We have you now, you stubborn little shite! Enough! Leave my brother alone, or 12 is my witness! You'll receive such a thrashing as you've never known! This is a repeated event quest. It's your first year in 14, so you figured every year would be different. Yeah, so they're a little bit different every year. Last year we had something related to Nagi, the brother. I don't remember exactly what it was. I'm sure it's somewhere in my YouTube VoDs. And now we're kind of like, they do like a slightly different thing, but they may make references to previous years. Like the songbirds were introduced one year, and now they're kind of like a repeated reference for Little Ladies Day. It's pretty cool. And this fearsome adventurer here, that is. Oh, I thought you were threatening them, but you were threatening them on my behalf. Okay, I got you. I was like, damn, reporter's got claws. She's so fierce. No, no, no. She's talking about us. Hi. Hello. Rah! I will beat you up. That's no ordinary woman. Retreat! It's the potato squad. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. There's 3 of them, so that, you know. One you boil, one you mash, and one you stick in a stew. Or 3 of them. 3 potatoes. Are you alright, Nagi? What do you mean no? It's the truth. Oh, it's our homeboy. Sister? Kitameki too? Hey, you should be the one to come to my aid. Thank you. How you been? How you been, my dude? What up, homie? You remembered. I've been well, more than well. I'm sorry I didn't come when I said I would, sister. Rest assured, I'm not too badly hurt. That's a relief. I'll take a proper look at your wounds back in the city. I must say, I was quite surprised to learn that you had met Kitameki. I meet a lot of people. We kind of get around. It's sort of our jam. She helped me when I first arrived in Ul'dah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So last year at The Rising, they were like, hey, why don't you give back to the community in the way that, like, you know, when you first arrived in town, someone showed you around a little bit, and now why don't you go ahead and, like, look for a fresh face that looks lost and help him get acquainted? And I was like, got this, and it was him. I remember now. I was like, what was that quest about? Yeah, that was it. She helped me when I first arrived in Ul'dah, from registering as an adventurer to completing my first task. She kindly showed me the ropes. Now I had suspected that you were a great adventurer, but to send your foes running without even drawing your weapon? That's just incredible! You're welcome. I like how he still has no idea that we're like the Warrior of Light, and we don't need to tell him. It's fine. We're just adventurer senpai. Yeah, reliving the Ul'dah intro quest, but as the NPC was pretty awesome. It was really neat. Still have a long way to go, embarrassing myself like I did. If I want sister's approval, I need to grow stronger and be able to fight on my own. My approval? There's 3 brother carriagemen, and this is the one that we started with because we were from Gridania, so I'm like, my homeboy, hello. But first things first. Yeah, Bremont, that's his name. Bremont and I have a delivery to make for the Rising. If you'll excuse us, we will hurry back to Ul'dah. We're just silly little adventurers, it's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let us head back as well. I had a mind to pay the minstrel a visit in any case. Why are we doing the threatening motion? We're just gonna go see the minstrel. Look, I know he's a little sketch sometimes. We're not gonna beat him up. He's mostly friendly. Not entirely harmless, but mostly friendly. Don't pop the minstrel. Thanks to you, Nagi is safe. Still, what he said about making it on his own weighs on my mind. Sister was none too gentle dressing my wounds. Perhaps she's annoyed I didn't show up as promised. She's worried about you. Hello, I promise not to beat you up. Welcome back, my friends. Pleased am I that Nagi is safe and well. Oh, pleased am I to see. Sorry, I didn't read that right. Rising attendants inform me they now have all the letters. With this, we may proceed with the letter forest as planned. Thank you, Nagi. So sorry I'm late. You see, we were waylaid by bandits and there were so many. And then this adventurer shows up and goes, boil him, mash him, stick him in a stew. It's like eating potatoes is normal around here. What is this crazy world? Not too gentle in dressing wounds reminds you of an RP moment where one of your Lalas got his wounds dressed by a very concerned Dothraki friend. Not a good idea to cross or you found it the hard way. I mean, you can hurt people more while still fixing their wounds. That is the healer knowledge. Were it not for Kitameki, there's no telling what might have become of the letters in Bremont. In the end, I was utterly useless. Nah, you stalled for time till help could arrive. That's still a very important rule. So that is how it happened. As Nagi's client, allow me to thank you as well for coming to his aid. No probs, it's what I do. That being said, my boy, you were far from useless. Nay, you bravely defended the carriage until help arrived. There's no need to belittle yourself so. Exactly, that's what I said. It's a very important role. Well, Kirameki didn't need to rely on anyone. No, she drove off the bandits with nearly more than a stern look. I couldn't hold a candle to her. Look, it's an unfair comparison. You don't realize this yet, but it's a super unfair comparison. You did your best. Like her, I want to be able to deal with any problem without help. Otherwise, I can't claim to be an adventurer worth his salt. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Don't worry about it. We're built a little different. Yeah, we are. Without help. Tell me, Nagi, all this time, have you been working alone? Even for dangerous tasks? Even I call friends. We have the Stone of Azem, and I'm like, friends, come to me. Turn off the light. Thanks. If only they knew. That's right. A worthy adventurer doesn't rely on others. If I'm to be the kind of adventurer you approve of, I must be able to handle anything by myself. Nah, that's not how that works. Even I at the very least, I got a chocobo who helps me out. I see. If that is what you believe, then I can't consent to you being an adventurer any longer. Return to our village and start over. Doesn't work in 11, it doesn't work in 14. It's true. What? But you were so happy for me when I became an adventurer. I'm working so hard to succeed, to prove to you that I have what it takes. But now... You've developed a grave misconception. Until you recognize what it is, I can't in good conscience approve of your calling. If you can't accept this, if you wish to remain an adventurer, then you must win me over. And it begins with pondering why you first embarked upon this path. Alright, sister. I'll think on this. Tough love, tough love. It appears Kipi wants her brother to rethink what adventuring is to him. Had the question been posed to you, what answer would you arrive at, I wonder? Y'all have been asking us that this entire expansion. Oh, actually, I guess the entire game. Because the first thing they ask you when you're on the carriage ride is like, so what are you adventuring for? Is it money or power or... I forgot what it is. What is it? Protecting? Both are mooncats? I want to say yeah. Yeah, by the name, they're mooncats. Because the Seekers all have the letter of their tribe in front of their name. I too am a mooncat, so the Wandering Minstrel's just surrounded by mooncats. Sorry you had to see that, Kirameki. Despite how it may have appeared, no one wants my brother to succeed more than I do. To succeed and be happy. After all, I know better than any how hard he works. Unless he changes his ways, however, he is like to die somewhere out there. And even if he manages to stay alive, he would only know an arduous life. That's why I didn't go out of my way to be gentle when dressing his wounds. If he could just focus on what actually matters, instead he obsesses about gaining my approval and compares himself to others. As you recall, they're very matriarchal, so it makes perfect sense for him to defer to her. Yeah, pretty much. Whereas the Seekers of the Sun are more patriarchal because they have the nun. Kippy is, again, looking a worried sister. What drives us? If truth be told, no matter what Nagi wants to do, it's my intent to support him. It's his life, after all, and no one else's. It isn't my place to interfere. Be that as it may, if he is sabotaging his own aspirations with his obsession for my approval, I can't simply stand idly by and watch. Loath though I am to impose, until my brother has found his answer, might I trouble you to keep an eye on him? I got you. Please take it as a request from me as well. Ever has adventuring been dangerous, and it is more dangerous still for one who spurns help. Like Kipi, I do not wish for Nagi to continue on his current path. As a fellow adventurer, please help him find a better way. He's our little sproutling. We gotta take care of him. We raised him last year, and now we gotta make sure we keep him on the good path. Oh yeah, even Gaius asked us. Back in the old day, when they didn't autoplay the cutscenes. pass it. Thank you. Now then, on a related matter, I must pay a visit to the Weavers Guild, but I will see you again anon, if you'll excuse me. Look at this undercover potato over here. Nagi set off this way, so you may find him at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. We leave him in your capable hands, my friend. Yeah, we're mentors. Be it gratitude or encouragement or sympathy, each of these letters bears the wishes of one soul or for another. For Nagi to work so hard to see them delivered, at heart, I do not believe he rejects connections with others. Nay, something drives him to believe and behave as he does. But I'm pretty sure it's something like he's only seen the solo adventurer come to people's aid, possibly even his own aid, and mistakenly thinks that must mean that they're always alone. And it's like, nah, you just caught me in an odd moment. I normally have like a whole squad of people hanging out with me, helping me with the hard shit. Oh right, I was gonna change the minion. Roulette! It's no longer summer. We don't need the little... Not that one. Ah, Fran will do. We could do Fran. Look at you talking to the bird. Oh, look at this cute little potato. Aww. Cute. White mage approved. All right. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you, Kirameki. What is it? Is that so? I'm sorry. This is really something I should be doing alone. Still, it's nice to have someone to talk to. I'm your mentor. That's what I'm here for, to teach you. Like my sister bade me, I'm pondering why I chose to become an adventurer in the first place. Kipa has looked after me since I was no more than 10 after our parents passed away. She was already a reporter by then, and her work took her to various places. From her, I heard tales about adventurers and came to admire them. I'm trying to remember if she's from 1.0. Sounds very familiar. I think she might be from 1.0. Upon learning of the full extent of the impending calamity, she took us to a village in the mountains where her aunt lived. It's desperate times like these that people need stories of hope, she used to say. And I believe she had wanted to remain in Gridania and continue her work, but she left in order to keep me safe. I was a burden to her then. I don't want to be a burden to her again. For that, I need to show her that I don't need to depend on others. That I'm a capable adventurer who can handle anything by himself. Ponder as I might, I can't understand what's wrong with that. Well, when in doubt, I suppose I should go and do what adventurers do and gather information. Would be good, I think, to speak with people like my sister. People who aren't adventurers but are familiar with them. Huh. Who in Ulda would fit that description? Oh, Modi! Oh, Modi! I'm a big adventurer who don't need no party. How about the face of the Adventurers Guild? Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. How about the local purveyor of information? How about a business with extensive dealings with adventurers? Go talk to the head of the Adventurer Guild. Of course! Who else but Miss Momodi? Duh. In her capacity as guild representative, she's bound to have some valuable insights. I'll seek her out at once. I love that our tattoo is showing. It's very appropriate for this event. I need more outfits that have the exposed trapezius. It's the best way I can describe it. That's the muscle right there. It's like that part of your back so that we can just see the tattoo as much as possible. All right. Nagi, hello. Still remember when I came here to sign up. I was a nervous wreck then, but now this place feels like a second home and I come all the time for crumpets. They make them so springy and serve them drowning in butter and honey. Oh my god, that sounds really good. Sorry, now isn't the time for that. Come, let's have a chat with Miss Momodi. now if it isn't Kitameki and Nagi? To what do I owe the pleasure of both of your companies today? I was hoping to get your advice on a certain matter. My sister is telling me I can't be an adventurer anymore, and I need to rethink why I wanted to be one in the first place, and she's mad that I want to go and do all this dangerous shit all by myself. Please pick up on that last part. The misconception you've developed about being an adventurer, that's an interesting one, I have to admit. Try as I might to figure it out, I keep going around in circles. I thought you might be able to offer some insights. This is just a gut feeling, but I reckon I understand what your sister's trying to say. Tell me, Nagi, suppose you fail to get your sister's approval. Would you simply give up on being an adventurer? Would it all become meaningless? Don't do it for your sister, do it for yourself! Stop putting yourself in needless danger by trying to do everything alone. From this here counter, I've indeed seen off many an adventurer, each and every one unique with dreams and destinations all their own. But in spite of their differences, they all share something in common, a reason for first embarking upon their journey. Kitameki, would you mind telling us why you chose the adventuring life? Yes! Ask me again! I wanted to see the world, it seemed exciting. A friend recommended it to me. Have you played the critically acclaimed MMORPG, Final Fantasy XIV? The meme! They put the meme in! It's a secret. Gosh, what was our original reason? It's been so long since I've started. What did I even say originally on this character? I wanted to see the world. I feel like Kitameki, as I've been playing this, my main character wants to go and see the world and explore and be like, wee, adventure! But also, you know, kind of, it is exciting, but want to see the world. How very like you. Keep that reason close to your heart now, you hear? I will, because we're the traveler, and that is our purpose. And you, Nagi? What inspired you to become an adventurer? It's simple, really. I heard about adventurers from my sister and became infatuated with the lives they led. Like them, I wanted to be able to see the world while helping those in need. Then, isn't that enough? Your sister's approval, no. You have no reason. You have a reason all of your own. It'll definitely be livened up, especially in the next expansion. Yes. He does look happier. By the 12, I see now. At some point, my desire to prove myself to keep it had displaced my own motive for being an adventurer. That's the misconception Keepa wanted me to recognize. The fool I've been. Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong in and of itself, mind, but it's got nothing to do with why you're an adventurer. It shouldn't force you to do things you wouldn't otherwise do, like trying to handle everything alone. Well, that's enough from me today. I've said my piece. What you do now is up to you, Nagi. Thank you for helping me realize, Miss Momodi. Think nothing of it. It's my job to watch over you all. Nothing makes me happier than to see you happy, doing what you do. Momodi hits the nail on the head. She does. Look, she's very experienced. She knows what she's doing. Nagi? Thank you too, Kitameki, for accompanying me. I think I know what to say to keep you now. And loath though I am to trouble you again, there's something else I'd like your help with. You see, of the letters we collected in Limsa Lominsa, one was from an explorer who was seeking an escort for an expedition. By now that letter should be on display at the Gold Court. I want to show it to my sister, and I'd be grateful if you could help me find it. Come on, let's rejoin the minstrel. Where am I? Oh, okay, never mind, I know where I am. No, sister's not here yet. Oh, wait, we're looking for the letter. That's right. Now, where's that letter? I need some different drink. Ah, welcome back. Dare I hope you were able to find the answer? Yes, I'm happy to say Miss Momodi helped me to come to realization. And when I go to speak with my sister... Need a certain letter to do it. Here's my grand plan. I see, I see. By all means, feel free to borrow the letter. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics? As I recall, there was a large drawing of a blue chocobo on it. Very well. Let us all search together, the more swiftly to find it. You can count on me. At least it's a blue chocobo. So, goes over water? Good with rivers? A great many of these letters bear words of thanks for adventurers, a testament to the good that you and yours do out in the world. Dear kindly Mikote adventurer, thank you for helping me to find my mother. I was scared at first, but you made me feel brave. I had lots of fun at the Gold Saucer, and it was even more fun because of you. I hope to see you again. Please take care. Why, it's the lost child from the Gold Saucer! The staff are tied up, so I hope to track down the mother. What a fine feeling this is. That's sweet. Letter with a shield drawing. We're gonna read the wrong ones first. I'm nosy. Now you want to play 9 again? Don't worry. As someone charged with the city's peace, I cannot overstate how much of a boon adventurers are to our efforts. Some folk, wow, that was a trip. Some folk had expressed concern that an increase in drifters would see a corresponding rise in crimes, but on the contrary, they are steadily declining. Soldiers like ourselves are somewhat limited in the scope of our duties, and we are not always available to lend our citizens what assistance they need. Thus, would I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to adventurers who step up to fill the void. While the contents ring a bell, this letter wasn't written by an explorer, nor does it bear a drawing of a blue chocobo. It isn't the missive Nagi's looking for. Letter with a chocobo carriage drawing. Contents ring a bell indeed, maybe. Dear not-so-new adventurer, as a traveling merchant I've had my fair share of happy encounters, but sharing a carriage with you stands out above them all. For you see, I went on to sell a veritable crate loads of the ring I gave you, oh my god, and turned enough of a profit to buy my own carriage. You shared with me your adventures of luck, and I count my blessings every day. No matter where I go, I often hear tell of your exploits, and it makes me inordinately proud to have met you. Till we meet again, my friend, I pray for your continued safety and success. Oh my god. Ooh, there's a quill drawing over there. What's this one? Esteemed adventurer, should you chance to read this letter, I pray it finds you well. Much time has passed since you helped us to rebuild in the wake of that terrible disaster. We still remember you most fondly. Our lives continue to be hard, and every day brings new challenges. Nonetheless, we have regained a semblance of what we once had, and smiles beginning to return to faces. Tomorrow will be a brighter than today. This we dare to believe now thanks to you. And should you yourself face hardship, I pray you believe the same. These are so nice. Are there any other ones? I think it's just those. Alright. We'll read the proper one. I'm trying to think of like what specific rebuilding we helped with, because I'm like, there's a lot of shit that happened in this game. And I'm like, which one? God, which group was that? Alright, letter with the blue chocobo drawing. Yeah, there's been a lot of rebuilding. There's been a lot of tragedy and helping people put their lives back together, and I'm like, gotta be a little more specific than that. Dear adventurer, how fares your journey? Mine continues, and I wake up to the sound of a bird song and lie down to sleep beneath the moonlight as I seek unblazed trails. Long ago, when an adventurer aided me, I was made to realize how alike we are. Deep down, we are simply travelers who thrill to make new discoveries. Thus do I write this letter now, in hopes of recruiting such like-minded souls to join me on an expedition. If you would all share in my desire to make the uncharted charted, then I invite you to seek me out at the Drowning Wench in Limsa Lominsa. Eagerly do I await your coming. This letter, recruiting adventurers, bears a drawing of a blue chocobo. It must be the missive Nagi's looking for. What? Stop running into the thing. Hey, Nagi. Are we leaving from there the next expansion? I mean, I would imagine that's the port. You don't know if you're looking too deeply into it? I mean, I assume if we're leaving by port, we're gonna be leaving from either Charlayan, because Aaronville is in the trailer on the boat with us, or we're gonna leave from Limsa. One of the two. No luck over here so far. How about you? Adorned with a handwritten picture of a chocobo, this letter invites adventurers to take part in an exploratory expedition. Here you go. The blue chocobo! Yes, this is the one! All that's left then is to talk to Kipi. Do you know where she is? She went to the Weavers Guild, saying that she had business there. Perhaps she's buying clothes. At any rate, I'll look for her there. Thank you. For this too, might I trouble you to accompany Nagi? Afterwards, I ask that you tell me how events unfold. I shall await you at the Ruby Road Exchange, probably at the usual spot so we can watch the fireworks. Oh, I like how you can still read the other ones if you miss them. Oh, that's cute. Or buying soup. Why would she be buying soup at the Weavers Guild? Huh? Foggy, how you doing? You're here too, Kitameki? I must confess, I'm feeling rather nervous, so I appreciate your presence. Don't worry, I got your back. I'm your mentor. Oh dear. Came to find me? My apologies for taking so long. So, Nagi, were you able to find the answer? Aye. To begin with, I want you to look at this. An explorer is assembling an escort for an expedition? Certainly sounds exciting. Wanting your approval, I was determined not to rely on others, but a part of me dearly wanted to be a part of the expedition, to go where I dare not set foot alone, so I've decided that I will answer the invitation. Then, this means you've given up on trying to do everything alone? I'd wanted to prove to you that I'm capable, that I'm no longer a burden. In my obsession, I lost sight of why I became an adventurer in the first place. To see what lies beyond the horizon and lend a helping hand to those I meet, that's what drives me. And I was able to remember this thanks to Miss Momodi and Kirameki. You're welcome. And whether or not you approve, I want to continue adventuring for my own reasons. Is that alright with you? Didn't Didn't you just say you didn't need my approval? But to be clear, I never actually intended to stop you. What? Do you remember what you once told me, Nagi? Shortly before the calamity struck? Aw, little child Mikote. Did you interview adventurers again today? What were they like? What kind of places have they been to? You never get sick of hearing about adventures, do you? Never, ever! When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer too! Well, that's as fine an aspiration as any, but do you know what kind of adventurer you wish to become? A hero like in the tales, perhaps? Oh no, sister, not a hero. Adventurers are free spirits, and I want to be the freest spirit of all. Oh yes, I'll travel the world and meet lots of people, and when I visit home, you can interview me as much as you like. For that boy to spurn help for want of my approval, I couldn't bear to see it. In order to bring you to your senses, I may have spoken a little sternly. As an adventurer, you'll experience no small amount of hardships, but you chose your path because you wanted to be free. So don't let yourself be shackled by expectation, be it your own or that of others, and instead take things as they come. He's getting it! So long as you are true to yourself and recognize your limits, you'll surely find a way forward. And remember, not even heroes can accomplish everything alone. Relying on others doesn't make you a lesser adventurer. If anything, the freer we are, the more we need to look out for one another. And that, I believe, is the essence and beauty of adventuring. Wouldn't you agree, Kitameki? Looks at Stone of Azem. Yep. Wholeheartedly, an adventurer is never alone. Yeah, we're never alone. We're never alone! We got our Scion friends connected by Link Pearl. We got a Stone of Azem to just be like, yo, hey, I need some help. Duty Finder. It's called Duty Finder. Understood, Kipi. I won't ever forget this. Knowing you, I expect you're raring to answer the explorer's petition in Limsa Lominsa. You'll be taking an airship, yes? In which case, I shall give these garments to you now. She was buying him clothes! Oh, that's so cute. That's sweet. I had them made for you, thinking it was past time you had something better. For me? Thank you so much, sister. Not every adventurer can be a crafter, so sometimes you gotta have someone buy you some new clothes. Go join a free company. I must thank you too, Kitameki. You're the kind of adventurer I admire, and I'll keep on working hard to be like you. I couldn't have asked for a better person to watch over my little brother. I appreciate everything you've done for him and look forward to meeting you again, be it for a story or something else. He's a pugilist? Oh, is he? I wasn't paying attention. Oh wait, yeah, I think I kind of remember that from last year. With that, we take our leave of you. Till next time! I assume he's also under level 25 because I think that's the piece that gives you a EXP boost. You see the siblings off, safe in the knowledge that all will be well. Time to rejoin the Wandering Minstrel and relay to him the tale's happy conclusion. Oh my god, I gotta walk my ass back over there. How you doing, cat? Turning around. Okay. I like how he's content to sleep next to me on stream. Very much under 25 gear it is. He's a little baby. Not even a monk yet. I would be very interested in seeing if in a future year, he becomes acquainted with our monk friends. Right? That would make sense. And then we would be able to see him grow and kind of like how we have. Welcome back, my friend. Judging by your expression, I take all is well with Nagi and Kipi. Yep. They're good. Thankfully not having to go through the shadow business, probably. I mean, I hope not, because we should have taken care of that, I hope. I see. Pleased am I to hear that. When we first set out on our journeys, 'tis usually for the simplest of reasons. Yet as we make our way, those reasons may become lost in a haze of motives, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. In such a time, if we can but remember what prompted us to take our first step, we will always find the strength to take the next. Nagi shall be fine, I am certain of it. And thanks for keeping an eye on him. This is like such a nice kind of tie-in through the long journey we've had from ARR to Endwalker. These events have inspired a new verse in me. A verse about the dreams of those who seek new worlds and the hopes of those who see them off. It's a full trip? Yeah, it is. And we're gonna take another. Oh my god, time for screenshots. This is windier than usual. Oh, we're on a boat! I'm on a boat. Who's pilot? Oh, it's an airship. Who's piloting this? Hello? Greetings, warrior of light. It's an airboat. Close enough. I see you've changed gear, Yoshida. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. Look, why you got a question mark at me? We all know who you are by now. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. Can we get the developer room again sometime? Because that was really fun. Hearing from, like, more than just Yoshida. Not there's anything wrong with this. I just thought that was, like, the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and I really wish we could do that again sometime. But this is still really cool. Because this is, like, a totally new space. It's not, like, in the floating abyss. We're, like, on an airship, so that's pretty cool. 10 years have now passed since the world was reborn from its ashes, since we set forth upon this journey. Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventurer along the way. Noisy-ass cars outside, stop ruining the experience. That's unnecessary. Alright, let me reread that. Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventurer along the way. If truth be told, it hasn't always been easy. There are moments when I wonder why I must struggle so. Days when I'm tempted to cast it all aside. Aw, no, don't do that! But in spite of this, I always manage to carry on, and it is thanks to my wonderful comrades. And to you, our esteemed adventurers. By now, I must have been regaled with tens of thousands of your tales. You usually share them with a smile, but even when it is with a frown, you tell me that you're still enjoying yourself. It's true. Even when I'm bitching about stuff, I'm still having fun, so it's fine. 'Tis no exaggeration to say that I derive all of my driving force from you all. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Thank you. Ours is an unending journey, and nothing would make me happier than if we could keep walking it together. As you make your way, we promise that we will ever be at your side, matching you step for step. Now the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Much time has passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Countless souls have made this place their home. Every single one left an indelible mark upon it. Whoa! I saw people with that in PvP. think it's the first time he's gotten that real. Look, it's the 10th anniversary. It's got to be special. Together we have built this world, and it is our sincerest hope that we shall continue to do so for many years to come. Same. I agree. I hope so too. So please be safe and well. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Ah, my head! I dare say Nagi's aboard the airship by now. I pray that he and Cupid will find happiness upon their respective paths. I hope you do so as well, my friend. If you would lend me an ear, I would dedicate these verses to your future. Your head pounding, kicking in at the edge of an airship fills you with... Look, there's ropes. Don't worry about it. Yoshida wouldn't just stand there and let us fall to the... fall off an airship. By morning light, the journey starts, a trill of hope within our hearts. On westerly wind to river song, into the world where we belong. He's got his new clothes on! Aww. Above fields of white and azure sky, sunset storm or crimson fire. Jewels a-glitter on pitch-black veil. A new day dawns, so goes the tale. By eternal wind we carry on, boldly towards a golden morn, with memories as a guiding star, shining our steps both near and far. Where you will go, whom you will meet, what you will see, there's no telling what the future holds for anyone. Yet come what may, I bid you never forget this. The bonds you forge, the memories you make, and the footprints you leave behind, they shall one day spur you forward. So pray continue walking your own path. Wherever your journey leads, I shall be praying for your happiness. Aww. See the minstrel again in the expansion for more embellishments. I'm pretty sure even still this one. This one, we're not done with this one. Yay! That's cool. With memory shared, yet all are known as one brave frontiers unknown. As one we brave frontiers unknown. Thank you for 10 years. Hey, dev team? Everyone on the dev team, both like the people actually creating the main bulk of the game and also the localization teams, the respective ones. Thank you. I don't, you'll probably like never see this because I'm just like a small little like blip in the corner of the internet, but thank you. This has been like one of the funnest and longest experiences with a game. I've been playing since 1.0 as much as I could. Minus the... I've said this before, like, I could only play 1.0 so much because the Krista system was jank and it wouldn't take my money, and I was trying to give Square Enix my money. But I played as much as I could. And even through the jank parts, I still had a lot of fun, so I appreciate everything they've done. Yeah, the Krista system was rough. But it's okay, we're here now. It was all necessary to get us to the point we are now. This amazing game that is much beloved by many people. Lenosi still remained one of your favorite places to battle because that music was fire. Yeah, it was really cool. You remember when we were walking around Sastasha in 1.0 and we were like lost AF? That was pretty fun. You have access to the letter force to Gold Court. Yay! Additionally, you have also unlocked Koopa Adventure minigame on the steps of Nald. Oh my god, okay. Try this along with other minigames to be played by opening the toy chest. Okay. We didn't know we were... Look. It the dungeon was hard. It's just that we were like really fucking lost. There was no map. We had no sense of direction. We were just like, I don't know where we came from. I don't know where we're going. I'm so confused. And then we just timed out. We did our best. It was super fun though. It was still like a fun adventure, even though like I had no clue what was going on. All right, we got Nemea Potpourri and our Rising Phoenix Whistle. Hot to the touch, this hand-carved whistle emits a lively shrill that summons your Rising Phoenix. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go look at the letters. And then we'll check out the mini games. Greetings and welcome to the Letter Forest. Displayed here are messages of gratitude and encouragement which folk the realm over have anonymously written. It comes as no surprise, but no few messages are addressed to adventurers. If you wish to peruse some letters, I should be pleased to guide you. So many! Okay, message word keeper. This is cool. It is a lot of letters. Many years have passed since we installed a message board on an unassuming street corner. To see it continue to be utilized by adventurers fills me and my fellows with pride. Like a lodestone, the message board draws people together, and it is our hope that it keeps serving you well as a means to share information. For our humble part, we shall endeavor to maintain the board in good repair while bringing you news that may be of interest. With best wishes, message board keeper. Is this like a thank you from the people who run the website and forums, maybe? Because that would be awesome. Sound like a good record keeper? Yeah, I agree. From a choreographist. As a choreographist, my job is to create movements that convey specific emotions, such as a dancer's performance or a mammoth's adorable gesture. It's from the devs! This is from the devs! Ah! I love it. So cool. And though I have the honor of contributing my expertise to etiquette manuals, movement cannot be tangibly preserved in the manner that artwork such as paintings can. From the mesmerizing flutter of fabric to the inviting springiness of booze, it all passes by in an instant. In light of this, if but one of my steps or flourishes occupy a place in your memory, then nothing would make me happier. Livingly yours, a humble choreographist. These are messages from the developers, and you can kind of like, but they like kind of like tried to like implement what they do into a way that makes sense in the world, so like don't break your immersion kind of thing. Yeah, it's the people who, this is someone who worked on like graphical things and movement. The bow, yeah, the bow was pretty cool, although I'm a little, come on, people, localization team, I love you, but also I'm pretty sure people know what bow is, right? Or like at least a bun. They don't know what bow is. They're not in one of the areas that is now very familiar with what bow is. Most people still understand what a bun is. It's like jelly donut, onigiri, rice ball. That's yeah, kind of thing. Anyway, it's just a funny thing. It's not really that big of a deal. It's just a funny thing. I'm just like, was that really? Yeah, okay, it's fine. Anyway, yeah, this is super cool. It's like I kind of got what I want, but without them having to expend too much resources on trying to create that room that I was talking about, what we had before. Yay! A letter from an etiquette manual writer. One lazy afternoon, as I stood by the Aetheryte Plaza, I found myself absorbed by the sight of adventurers whiling away their time. Greeting friends who were passing by, practicing a newly learned dance, sitting on a bench and chatting, opening umbrellas when it began to rain, tucking into a loaf of bread when peckish. To the untrained eye, they were doing naught out of the ordinary. I, however, saw the fruits of my life's work, and it warmed my heart. Dreaming of a day when the proper social etiquette is practiced by all, be it in a ballroom or otherwise, I shall continue my quest to edify. Courteously yours, an etiquette manual writer. Is this one of the people who works on emotes? Because thank you. You're pretty cool. You the best. Theater set designer. Dear adventurer, I am a theater set designer and one who is said to have a penchant for designing unusual props for the stage. Some of my labors of love, it thrilled me to discover, have caught your eye to become little companions that follow you around or even modes of transportation. To see my creations for the stage delight you off it, even the oddest ones, delights me in turn and further motivates me in my craft. In hopes that I can continue to delight you all, I will endeavor to create ever more interesting props. Yours in whimsy, a theater set designer. By theater set, I'm pretty sure this means the big boss battles. Trials, raids, one of those. Maybe both of those. Pretty sure. Very cool. Thank you. The fights, like, lately have been, like, so fun and amazing, so I really appreciate that. Festival committee member. Dear Adventurer, I'm a festival committee member in charge of decorating the cities during celebrations. Yay! Thank you! Look, that one year when we got the snow during Christmas, during the holidays, we could throw snowballs at each other. The best. It was so fun. While decorations are an oft unremarked part of events, some of you have noticed the little touches we apply, such as stray bombs and romantic snowmen, and it makes our efforts all the more worthwhile. It's so fun looking for those little things. I love you, by the way. Want you to know I love you and you're amazing. As you continue your adventures, it is our hope that the festive ambience we create throughout the year will provide you with joy and respite both. Mirthfully yours, a festival committee member. Thank you for being amazing. A letter from an architect. Recently, my fellows and I have been taking ourselves around the realm, repairing buildings and roads, as well as restoring natural landscapes. This sounds like people who are working on the graphical update for Final Fantasy XIV. Sprucing everything up so it looks nicer. These people are working hard right now. This we do as a part of an initiative to improve quality of life for adventurers. Yeah, they want to eliminate the need for mods. Love you. Yours is a long journey. What little we can do to ease your way, we gladly do. Constructively yours, a humble architect. Hey, thanks for being amazing. This is a lot of hard work. You guys totally didn't have to do this, but like, I'm pretty sure everybody really appreciates it so that the game can look even more amazing and modernized and brought in 10 years in the future. Thank you for your hard work. Letter from an artisan. This is like such a creative way to like let us still hear from the devs. I never would have thought of this. This is pretty amazing. You who are reading this letter, I bid you imagine the countless adventurers who call this world home. I dare say it isn't difficult to do so, for that is reality as it stands. Yet we mustn't take it for granted, for what we have now is a culmination of much hard work by full many souls. Souls including your good self. Adventurers breathe life into this world, each one of you giving rise to a grand tale, and I hope you never forget this. Thank you for taking the time to cast your eyes over these words. Wherever your adventures may lead, may you find happiness. With utmost respect, a nameless artisan. I don't know which dev sent this message, but thank you. I appreciate you too. Evidenced by the work we put into the FC Mansion. Look, I honestly should try harder on that. I didn't put that much work into it. Kiji put a ton of work into his house. I'm lazy. I put in enough work to get what I needed done. And then I need to fix things. We'll do it. We'll deal with that later. Anyway, thank you. Unnamed dev that didn't want to disclose too much about themselves. Some people are shy. Also includes all the places we visited on FC visits to aquariums. Yeah. People who work really hard on that stuff are very cool. I have a lot of respect for people who are like housing professionals. A linguist. I first set foot in this land 10 years ago. Since then, I have had occasion to meet numerous fine adventurers like yourself. Many languages exist, and they sometimes act as a wall that divide us. This world, however, is a place where we might transcend that wall and come together in unity. Each and every day, you and yours find various ways to forge bonds. In so doing, you gain access to a new world as seen through different eyes. And that is what makes life endlessly fascinating. As you carry on adventuring, I pray that you'll be blessed with many such enriching encounters. Yours in an understanding and unity, a humble linguist. I'm gonna assume this might be from one of the translators or people who work on the auto translation, because that's really cool. Could be from like the localization team that works on the translations. Like there's a bunch of people on that team now. But anyway, hey, thank you. The translations are like honestly like 99% of the time amazing, hilarious. And then every once in a while there's something I'm just like a really bad pun and I'm like, ah, still good, still amazing. But also, why do you hurt me like that? Don't change it. Don't ever change. But you hurt me. We still call out on the name. Look, it's not always Koji anymore. You can't blame Koji for anything, for everything anymore. I think now we're supposed to blame Kate. That's what they said. I love you, but sometimes you hurt me. A letter from a citizen. Dear adventurer, during the calamity and for a long time afterwards, there was nary a smile to be seen upon faces. Now, however, I often see you and yours walking happily through the city, and it never fails to warm the heart. In my mind, you are the symbols of the new era. No one can say what the future holds, but when I see your smiles, I am reassured that somehow all will be well. Sincerely yours, a humble citizen. Another, like, probably anonymous dev. But, thank you. I don't know what role you have, but you're amazing, so thank you. Theater director. I used to be an adventurer, but in the course of my travels, I developed the urge to recreate for others in the sense of marvel that I was experiencing. One thing led to another, and I eventually became a theater director. My role is to produce spectacular theater, and nothing is more gratifying than to receive praise from the audience. For a long time to come, I hope to continue creating memorable adventures to share with everyone. Yours in imagination and wonderment, a humble theater director. Probably another type of battle encounter, maybe? I don't know. Maybe the previous one was trials and this one is raids, but either way, bravo. Amazing work. Like I said, all the fights lately have been super, super fun. Letter from an advertising scribe. Marketing? As an advertising scribe, I create notices for events and products that you see posted to message boards. Such information isn't exactly essential for adventuring, but I consider it job well done if people are aware of their options, and I'll keep striving to deliver information that may be of interest to adventurers. Thank you always for your kindness and compassion. Communicatively yours, a humble advertising scribe. Oh, okay. So they put out the news posts. Hey, thank you. Social media, maybe. Yeah, maybe social media. Yo, social media team is pretty fun. Pretty on point. That's how I knew that today was the official, actual day of the anniversary. So very cool. A letter from a guide. In all things, it's nice to be able to make changes to better suit your taste. But by the same token, the more choices one has, the more difficult it is to decide what to do. True. Began posting guides on the message board as a way to answer questions from adventurers. Before we knew it, we had surpassed 200 items. We couldn't have kept it at it for so long without your invaluable feedback. It makes us truly happy when we hear that we could help to solve your problems, even in some small way. Encouraged by your praise and driven by your requests, we'll keep working hard to serve you. Yo, thank you. Should you have any comments or suggestions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We always appreciate hearing from you. Formatively yours, a humble guide. That's super cool. A letter from a gatekeeper. All who set forth must invariably pass through the entrance. And while most will not spare the place a second thought, we gatekeepers think of none else day in and day out. Our solemn duty is to ensure that all adventurers can enter unhindered, and this entails keeping signs in good repair and pesky fiends at bay. We're especially attentive when we throw open all entrances at once following large-scale maintenance works. GMs? Maybe? Inspired by eagerness, inspired by the eager expressions you wear as you set forth anew, we will continue performing our tasks to the best of our ability. Vigilantly yours, humble gatekeeper. Thank you for all your hard work. Yeah, free play events as well. Like, people who keep the community safe and try to keep out, like, bots and spammers and people who are harassing others, like, that's hard work. Thank you. Letter from a playwright. Story? Lore? A stirring story needs a formidable antagonist, one who stands in the protagonist's way and causes them sadness and suffering. When the heroes finally overcome that foe, they will know a joy that is as sweet as their struggles were bitter. Those who shared in that joy will go on to become friends true, their bonds transcending age, station, and nations. In order to create such depressing lows and soaring highs, I will strive to conceive of more compelling antagonists. Dramatically yours, a humble playwright. Ishikawa and team, the writing team, A+. The best. Top tier. Like, really, like, one of the most amazing stories in any media. Right? A theater composer. Soken. As someone who composes music for the stage, nothing pleases me more than to hear that you are moved by my work. All the damn time! Oh my god, when I was watching the video clips from the fireworks festival, like, I got some feels just from watching that. I'm also humbled to receive your words of appreciation for the concerts we hold and orchestrion roles we release. You are my motivation, spurring me to continue composing music that brings the story to life, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yours in the melody, a humble theater composer. Soken's work from 2.0 took a bit to get into, but once you heard boss themes and huge sets, you knew. He's really good, and like, so I used to be like huge fan of Uematsu and all the amazing music he would make for the Final Fantasy series, and Soken has done an excellent job as being like protege to Uematsu and carrying on that legacy. It's actually been like really cool to like watch even Soken's journey. Like, you look at the music from 1.0 and then where we are now. He's just like god tier, you know what I mean? Theater sound designer. From sword slashing to armor clinking, from water running to leaves rustling, water, I have the pleasure of recreating for the stage the various sounds that can be heard out in the world. It is a challenge and a thrill to produce these sounds, and we draw inspiration from the knowledge that they are heard and appreciated by many. However, the sounds of a play isn't limited to what we ourselves create. No, they also encompass those made by the audience and the players. It is a collaboration between us, a joint performance, and it is my hope that we can continue filling the world with sound together. Acoustically yours, a humble theater sound designer. The ambient sounds, honestly, are really good. They're very calming, yeah. That's why there's orchestrion rolls of just ambient sounds. Yeah, there's real water on our screens that makes the noises. They do a pretty good job, because when you play it in headphones and then, like, surround sound on it, and then, like, you can hear people's footsteps and the directionals, and, like, honestly, sound cues, those sound effect cues are what I use a lot when I'm doing things in the game. So, you know, thank you for helping me. I'm much better at sound cues than I am with visual cues, so thank you. Yeah, including danger bongos! A letter from an adventurer. I'm but a faceless adventurer, one of those who had been in the business for a while without standing out. Recently, menacing towers appeared across the land, and in the wake of which frightening phenomena broke out, the final days of some such. I don't know how you fared during that time, but if truth be told, it was a little overwhelming for me. Gods know I struggle to get by even without apocalyptic threats to worry about. So many things don't go the way I hope, and I often find myself frustrated and discouraged. So many times I've wanted to give up, to turn away from everything and everyone. But every time there's been something that has saved me. Be it an awe-inspiring view or a kindly stranger, something has given me the strength to take another step. So, come what may, I intend to carry on as far as my path leads. I won't surrender, and I pray that neither will you. Yours in perseverance, a faceless adventurer. Dev team, I hope that even throughout all the trials that you go through, you realize that we all love you very much, because this game has been an amazing emotional journey for so many people. Oh, I hear Darjeeling. Il y a encore du fruit du dragon de la frigo. What? Also, there's a lot of drinks in the fridge. Ket? What? Huh? 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 Nani? Nani the fuck? Yes, there's a lot of drinks in the fridge, if that's what you're gonna refer to. I don't know. Anyway, back to this. This was the sweetest thing. I teared up a little bit. I'm like trying not to, because I'm like, we still got more shit to do on the stream. I don't want to have an emotional breakdown, but it was very emotional, and I appreciate that they put in messages from the devs. Why are we yipping? What are you doing? When you stream this, you're gonna bawl. I hope you do. I got shit to do today. I can't waste time, like, bawling my eyes out, but that's what I feel. What are you doing up there? My dude. To all who follow their hearts, I offer my hopes in song. Wheresoever your journeys may lead you, may you find happiness upon your path. Don't bawl when you're not in— Okay. Speaking of stream, you gotta get ready. Oh yeah, it is almost time for you to Baldur's Gate. Yo, let me know how that goes. Greetings, adventurer. Are you here to test your skills and excitement in the Kupo Kupo Adventure? I guess. What is Kupo Kupo Adventure? Kupo Kupo Adventure is a glamour-generated game in which you control a Moogle armed with a magic rebounding ball and do battle with hordes of fiends. What the fuck is this? The game was apparently developed by a fun-loving engineer. I don't know who's the individual personally, I'm afraid, but it is my pleasure to attend to those who wish to play. If you have a spare moment, then by all means give it a try. Tell me about yourself. About myself? Well, there isn't much to tell. I'm but an ordinary citizen of Ulda. I'd previously assisted the wandering minstrel for the Rising and was asked to do so again. Suffice it to say, I'm suitably compensated for my services. I haven't forgotten the time you helped us with the bug infestation. You did no less than save the celebration then, and we can't thank you enough. Alright, let's try this. Excellent, let's get you started at once. Please enjoy yourself. What the fuck is this? What do I do? Start game. Okay. Oh, there's actions. Palm fire. Palm star. 8 squares in front of you. HP. Protective barrier. Automatic revival. Okay. Bro, what am I doing? I don't know what's going on. Yay, we did it! I don't know what's going on, but we did it! Fucking cactars! Don't be rude. Oh, that's scary. Grants invulnerability to floor effects. Alright, that's one way to take care of that. Wait! Do it! Nice, nuked them. That didn't work quite as well as I wanted it to. You sense a powerful presence. That fucking cactar got in the way! Oh god, am I in trouble? Not enough MP? Ah, shit. How do I get more MP? I've been poisoned! Okay, that worked better than I thought it was going to. Thank God. This bridge, why does it look much like the past bridge in Chrono Trigger? I don't know, I wasn't really looking too carefully at it. I'm scared of the Tonberry! 15 damage to all enemies. Oh, it costs 80. I should have angled that better. that's not good. Shit, what am I gonna do? Oh, we're gonna have to re-raise. Oh my god, am I screwed? Rude! Okay, that restores 50, so we can go a little bit longer before we need to heal. Can't believe they would poison me like this. So rude. Oh my god, this is spicy dicey. Oh my god, we're trapped here. Didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. Oh no, we've been doomed! This is so spicy. Oh my god. Okay, that helped a little bit. That was a little bit of alleviation. I need you to move, Cactar. There we go. I mean, this is fine. That back end bullet. Look at it. Look at it go. Look at it go. It's stuck back there. Beautiful. Yeah, you just take out that Odin back there. This is fine. Yep, this is fine. Nice. Took out the boss. Beautiful. Bomb meteor! Just heal myself. And then annihilate that dude. Beautiful! We did it! I don't know what that was, but that was something spicy. was fun. Alright, there's another quest over here, though, that we gotta go check out. Thanks for the lurk, that Black Bear. I was very absorbed in that game. I don't know what the hell was going on, but I was super absorbed in it. Alright. Nananji! Appears to be deep in thought, remembering the past. The determined set of your jaw, the dynamic presence as if you're ever ready to leap into action. There's no mistake, you're an adventurer and a dependable one at that. Tell me, are you familiar with the name Louis-Sois Leveilleur? Yes? Of course I am. Of course you are, of course you are. Forgive my suddenness, but I'm Nananji Nononji, a budding writer, and I seek to pen a biography of the great man. In particular, I wish to cover his movements leading up to the calamity, and to that end, I've requested an interview with the Immortal Flames. He served the Eorzean Alliance as a tactician, you see, so there ought to be someone in the Order who had dealings with him. Oh, yes, there has. Or is. Oh, there goes the cat. There we go. And while my request has thankfully been accepted, there's just one problem. I don't have much experience conducting interviews, and I'm worried whether I'll be able to do a proper job. As an adventurer, you're doubtless used to dealing with people. Thus, I would like to ask you to accompany me in the capacity of an assistant. It would be tremendously reassuring to simply have you watching on. And if you're amenable, afterwards I'd like to interview you as well for your own impressions. Cool! For your troubles, I'll be certain to credit you as a collaborator. So please, won't you help me with my biography, that the memories of the calamity might be preserved for future generations? Sure. I'm in your debt. To begin with, please come with me to Camp Drybone in Eastern Thanalan. There's a place I'd like to visit ahead of the interview. I like how there was more than just the base quest. And this is a way to honor Louis-Sois. Nananji? There you are. To explain why we're here... Oh, but I haven't even asked your name. How am I supposed to credit you if I don't know that much? Hello, Kitameki Parfait. Kitameki Parfait? The Kitameki Parfait? Champion of Eorzea? Yes, hi, hello. How are you? Small wonder I felt you were dependable. With one such as you helping me, everything will surely go well. But getting back to business, the interview I've arranged is with an officer of the Immortal Flames. And there's still time, however. I thought we'd pay a visit to the nearby graveyard first, so I can explain my motivation for the biography. I come from a small village near the Carteneau Flats. It was burned down in the calamity, and those who died were laid to rest here, my parents among them. That checks out. It's hardly an uncommon tale. After the dread Primal emerged from Dalamud, he unleashed fiery devastation across the length and breadth of Eorzea. But as much as the calamity has scarred the realm, it is quickly becoming just another event in the history books. Beyond occasionally giving thanks to the Archons that Eorzea was saved, people spare it little thought. But when you've lost so many loved ones, it's hard to feel that anything was saved. That's why I wish to know more about Louis-Sois. By learning about his part in Eorzea's salvation, I hope that I will attain closure. Aww. That's my motivation for writing the biography. This is a really cute story. Now then, in preparation for the interview, let's review what is known about our subject. I could introduce you to Alfino and Alisaie, but that's not going to happen because this is a side story. It's difficult to define exactly when the 7th Emerald Calamity was set in motion. Many historians, however, point to the Empire's Meteor Project, which sought to bring Dalamud down upon Eorzea. Oh, that's Nofika. Ulda Gradania Limsa. It was the year 1562 of the 6th Astral Era. Seeking to combat the Imperial threat, Louis-Sois founded the Circle of Knowing, an order whose objective was the preservation of Eorzea. Yep, I was there for that. To its members, the Archons of Charlayan, the Circle worked to unite the nations of Eorzea in common cause. The result was the formation of the Grand Companies in 3 city-states: the Immortal Flames, the Order of the Twin Adder, and the Maelstrom. None of these would exist now were it not for their efforts. It's true, I remember that. I was a part of that. And then, in the year 1572, when the situation was coming to a head, Louis Soix himself made the journey to Eorzea in secret and engaged with each of the nations. What took place during that time is what I seek to learn in the interview. The man we're due to meet is the contact for the Free Brigade, a unit formed of adventurers, and he apparently had Louis Soix's assistance for a mission. The meeting place is Highbridge, to the northeast. It's more or less time now, so let's make our way there. Me and my golden doggo, pay no mind. The interviewee should be along any moment now. I hope this is a 1.0 character. That'll be really cool. Although I don't know if I'd recognize them because it's been so long. You're the ones who seek an interview? I must say I wasn't expecting to see the champion of Eorzea. I'm just tagging along. Hello, I do that sometimes. I'm Nananji Nononji, the writer who made the request, and Kirameki is kindly accompanying me for the interview. I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule to humor me. Come now, no need for the thanks. Like everyone, I hold Louis Soix in the highest esteem. If you wish to know about him, Holland Aubrey is always glad to oblige. Nice to meet you. Without further ado then, let us begin. My understanding is you had dealings with Louis Soix. Could you please tell me the details? As you know, our grand companies were formed thanks to the Circle of Knowing, but it wasn't until Dalamud began turning red that Louis Soix first appeared. I remember going to Red Rooster's stead as the moon was approaching and going, oh, that's concerning. And then we got our princely Gugu. It began with the word that an elderly Elysian man had come to Gridania who held the key to vanquishing primals. Upon learning of this, I sent an adventurer of the Free Brigade to make contact with him. I later learned that the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder had done the very same. At that time, our companies weren't yet collaborating. Each one only thought to stay ahead of the others. If truth be told, at first we didn't think much of Louis Soix, only that he was the leader of scholars who studied peculiar prophecies. But when the adventurer reported back, our opinion of the man completely changed. With his spellcraft, Louis Soix had opened the way into Ifrit's domain, and by the hand of dauntless adventurers, the Lord of Inferno was brought low. Alas, many defeats preceded the victory. It was reported that countless charred corpses laid strewn in the Bowl of Embers. Now the mission also yielded a shocking revelation. Following the battle, Legatus Nail Van Darnus of the 7th Imperial Legion appeared and told the adventurer that the hour of reckoning was at hand, that Dalamud would soon fall and cleanse the land. That was when we realized that the Empire was behind the Red Moon's anomaly. So thanks to Louis Soix, you came to be aware of the Meteor Project. Still, it doesn't seem like you had much to act upon. 1.0 memories. As you say, afterwards we scrambled to learn all we could about the project. For a blessing, we had the cooperation of a Garlean defector, Sid Garland, whom you know well. He revealed the details of the project, that it utilized a transmission tower to pluck Dalamud from the heavens, all for the purpose of purging us savages from the realm. I could continue telling you what I know, but from this point on, there's someone better suited than I am. If you're interested, I would be glad to introduce you to this individual. What say you? Well, now, I'd be keen to speak with this person indeed. Very well. I will send word to the Adder's Nest. If you could take yourselves to Upkalu Falls, I will arrange for a meeting there. Are we gonna go around to the different nations and talk to people? Because that's pretty cool. To go to such lengths to help us. I can't say how grateful I am. Do not mention it. As I said, I hold Louis Soir in the highest esteem. He was the one who brought our three nations together, and nothing would please me more than for him to be remembered. Well, it's past time I return to Ul'dah. I pray that the coming interview bears you fruit. I don't know how, like... You could kind of, like, tell how emotional that he was about all that. Even though it's, like, you know, very simple graphics. It's just something the way that, like, about the way the camera very slowly panned in and the angles, like, that's cool. That's nice. Nice touch. The lieutenant certainly has a great respect for Louis Soir. Me too. Next to him, we have another promising interview. Come, let's head to Gridania, where the Archon has sojourned. Maybe it's the music, too. The music is always a contributing factor. My home. Gridania has been my home since 1.0. This character started in Gridania twice, in both 1.0 and 2.0. Forever my home. Well, my home outside of Ishgard. Ishgard's my new home. That's where Husbando is. And that's where we were adopted. By the House Fortant. Okay, Nananji, hello. So this is Upkalu Falls. The conspicuous lack of creatures aside, it's quite a beautiful place. Now then, the person we're to meet should be along shortly. I was told there were those who wished to learn about Louis Soir. Who should one of them be but Captain Parfait? Well met. I'm Lieutenant Cyril Fulk of the Order of the Twin Adder. Are these 1.0 names? I don't actually know. I'll have to look them up later. I wouldn't be surprised. It would be the most appropriate if they were. It's been so long since 1.0, though. So it'd be really hard to remember. Nananji Nunji at your service. Thank you for sparing me the time sparing time to speak with me. Think nothing of it. There's something very familiar about him. I don't know why. I must say, though, that Lieutenant Aubrey chose the perfect spot for the subject matter. Louis Soir spent much time in rumination here in the days before the calamity. We Gridanians being somewhat reserved by nature. At first, the citizens kept their distance. Yeah, I remember coming here in 1.0. And getting lost. Gridania was easy to get lost in back then. But in time, people warmed to him. He patiently lent an ear to their troubles, healing hurts and offering counsel, and gradually earned their trust. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. Louis Soir spoke those words and lived up to them. He was the epitome of a Charlene sage, and I recall myself being moved. Now, shortly after we had become aware of the Meteor Project, the hamlet of Quarrymill was attacked by the Primal Garuda. Both soldiers and civilians were among the casualties. I remember it being a pain in the ass to get to Quarrymill. Wait, hold on, was that the place I made it to? I want to say it was, because I did get to Tamtara. I poked around in there and I touched something in there. And then I ran away because I was like, I'm going to die. People are among the casualties. Shit, I forgot to read that part. I think I don't know if I finished reading that. Anyway, the Order of the Twin Adder moved to vanquish the Primal, but we were not alone. Through Louisoix's meditation, we had the support of not only our sister Grand Companies, but capable adventurers the realm over besides. Using an artifact known as the Vortex Feather, the Archon opened the way for a band of adventurers to sally forth into Garuda's turbulent domain, where they felled the fearsome being. Upon her defeat, however, the Primal's dispersed aether did not return to the land. Instead, it was absorbed into the Red Moon Dalamud. And when the Empire constructed a new base in Mordona, the Elder Seedseer saw the need for decisive action and put forth a proposal. The formal reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, which had for so long lain dormant. The initial response from other nations was lukewarm at best. They felt that the burden to be borne by each party was excessive, and they were loath to do aught that would place them at a disadvantage against their rivals. Remember when that was our biggest problem, was getting the three nations to frickin' work together? But the revelation that a lunar transmitter had been erected in the Imperial base prompted a change of heart. The tower controlled Dalamud's descent. If it could be destroyed, then the meteor project would be forestalled. After having constantly been on the back foot, our nations were motivated to join hands that we might strike a decisive blow against the enemy. Thus was the Eorzean Alliance reformed, as the Circle of Knowing had hoped. At the same juncture, Louisoix was asked to join the Alliance as a tactician, and in that capacity he provided sage counsel to our heads of state. So although he was first treated with wariness, Louisoix earned our trust through his actions and paved the way to enduring cooperation between our nations. Indeed, were it not for him, we all would have perished divided. We owe Louisoix a great debt. Now then, I expect you might be interested in hearing about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. But for that, I would recommend you seek out another, a decorated soldier who actually took part in the operation. Although a hardened warrior, she is quite friendly and should be glad to regale you with her experiences. Shall I send her a word on your behalf? I'd be duly grateful. Very well. If you would make yourself to Maelstrom Command in Limsa Lominsa, I shall see to it that she knows to expect you. With that, I shall take my leave. I pray that the biography is a success. Everyone has been more helpful than I had dared hoped. It seems Louisoix had quite an influence on others. That is an understatement. That interview gave us some valuable insights into his character, and I'm eager to see what we learn next. Come, let us head to Limsa Lominsa. Meanwhile, we're getting rained on out here. Ain't no thing. Alright, to Limsa. Limsa? Lominsa. Alright, we said Maelstrom Command. Oh. Ananji. And there it is, Maelstrom Command. Shall we then? Nice. Mandariki! Kitameki, ever a sight for sore eyes. And you must be Nananji. Rashat Riki, at your service. I understand you wish to hear about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. Indeed, I'm penning a biography of Archon Louisoix, you see, for which I'm interviewing people who had dealings with him. I truly appreciate your time. You're very welcome. I'll be glad to assist, even if it wasn't a request from Lieutenant Folk. Hi! then, to continue where we left off, it was shortly after the Eorzean Alliance was formed. Our scouts returned with word that the 7th Legion had activated the lunar transmitter in their fortress in Mordona. Now known as the Castrum Sentry, the fortress was originally called Castrum Novum before the 14th restored and renamed it. It was in order to break through its defenses and destroy the transmitter that our 3 nations joined hands, and we were determined to succeed. The strategy that Louisoix proposed was elegant in its simplicity. While our main force drew the Garlane's attention with an all-out siege, an elite band of adventurers would infiltrate the Castrum and make for our objective. We had entrusted adventurers with ridding us of the primals. Now we entrusted them with the very fate of Eorzea. I still remember the operation as if it were yesterday. Though we met with fierce resistance, we fought more fiercely still. No matter the cost, we had to ensure that the adventurers had a chance to strike the transmitter. And when the messenger arrived bearing word that they had succeeded, it still makes my heart sore to recall that moment of triumph. That day, we learned that by standing together, the people of Eorzea could oppose even the might of the Empire. It is no exaggeration to say that victory paved the way for Eorzea's future. Without it, there would not have been an Operation Archon. Alas, it wasn't all glad tidings. For though we destroyed the transmitter, Nail Van Darnus appeared and claimed that he no longer needed the device to bring down Dalamud, that he himself had the power to do so. So long as Van Darnus lived, the threat of destruction remained, and so branding him an enemy to all life in Eorzea, the nations of the Alliance undertook a desperate manhunt. At length they located him in Coerthas and sent their greatest warriors to hunt him down. Leading that formidable band was the adventurer whom they called the Warrior of Light. And though no records remain of the fierce encounter, one thing is certain. At battle's conclusion, Nail Van Darnus was brought low. As you know, however, our woes did not end with the White Raven, for Louisoix and his disciples determined that Dalamud would continue to fall. In a last-ditch bid to prevent the realm's annihilation, the Circle of Knowing issued a request to the Eorzean Alliance to secure the Carteneau Flats where the Red Moon was expected to crash. It was no simple task, for the entirety of the 7th Legion had amassed in Carteneau, but it was necessary in order to perform a ritual to stop Dalamud, a ritual that invoked the power of the 12. So it was that the Battle of Carteneau was joined, and I dare say you know how the tale continues. To everyone's shock, the Elder Primal Bahamut emerged from Dalamud and proceeded to unleash this fury upon the realm. Aye, and though all bore witness as Louisoix initiated the ritual, none remember what came to pass afterwards, neither what happened to Bahamut nor why the realm was reborn. A haze that afflicted the memories of the calamity, but people remember events that prior to that moment, yes? If so, do you know if anyone was near Louisoix during the battle? Someone who may have spoken with him? Someone was near him? I'm afraid I do not know. He was atop a rise for the ritual while I was a good distance away on the front lines. My apologies. No, please don't apologize. You've shared a wealth of information and I couldn't ask for more. Well, if you're satisfied, then so am I. With that, I shall return to my duties. I look forward to reading the biography when it's finished. Thanks. Nice. Now I have a grasp of events leading up to the calamity, and yet... Oh, forgive me, I was deep in thought. In no small part due to your help, I've managed to learn a great deal. But there's still more that I wish to know. Might I trouble you to accompany me a little longer? If you're willing, please let me know. Yes. Where to next? Preserving the future. Ananchi desires more information for Louisoix's biography. You'll continue accompanying me then? Wonderful! Come, let's head to Drowning Wench to discuss our next move. Our research proceeds apace so far. We've even learned things not found in literature. But tell me, based on what you've heard from our interviewees, what is your opinion of Louisoix? He's an exceptional leader. He had a difficult task. Others deserve more credit. He had a very difficult task. Indeed. From an Imperial invasion to rampaging primals to nail Van Darnus' scheme, he had to contend with the toughest of problems. What struck me was how grateful the interviewees were to Louisoix for bringing their nations together in cooperation. It was nothing short of necessary for our survival. Yet in knowing this, I can't help but wonder. In his capacity as a tactician, it seems to me he had done more than enough by devising a plan and facilitating its execution. He went far beyond that, risking life and limb on the front lines for a land not his own. Perhaps he needed to be there for the ritual? Perhaps he felt a sense of duty. Even so, as noble as it is to desire to help others, what good is it if you end up sacrificing yourself? What was it that compelled Louisoix to go to Carteneau, and what went through his mind as the battle unfolded? In order to do his biography justice, I feel I need to know these things. Louisoix had people near him at the time. Perhaps he shared words with them in his final moments. Words that could provide some insights, but where to begin to search for such individuals, assuming they exist? Do you want to talk to the Scions? Because the Scions were in on the whole plan. Ah, Badaran. Sorry, friends, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Just so happens I know a bloke has served among Louisoix's guard at Carteneau. Whoa! We're so shocked. This is so convenient. Truly, you know someone who was with him? Aye, and far as I'm aware, he wasn't keeping the fact a secret. Just for good measure, though. Why don't you speak? Why do you want to speak with him? He's writing a biography. About Louisoix. Louisoix's biography, eh? In that case, I reckon the bloke would be willing to cooperate. Orn Gwyncom's his name, and he was lieutenant of the Maelstrom. After the calamity, he turned to adventuring so as to be a greater help to the common folk. A Maelstrom officer turned adventurer? We'd be most keen to speak with him. Where might he be found? When Orn dropped by the other day, he said he had business at the Morabi dry docks. If you're lucky, might be as he's still there. Alright, the dry docks then. Understood, we're in your debt. We can't let this chance pass us by, Kitameki. Let's take ourselves to the dry docks at once. I like how this is a cute little way to get people caught up with the story of 1.0 that they'll never get to play through, but they can still like kind of learn about what happened, the order of events, and what was going on. I played through some of it, but like, you know, eventually I hit a point where I just couldn't because stupid Krista system. There we go. Ananji! Right, where could Orn be? In hindsight, we should have asked what he looks like. His name would suggest that he's a Midlander, but well, nothing for it but to make inquiries. Let's put up for the task and meet again here. Good thing I've got my Azem powers to see where to look. Oh, shopkeeper. Hello. Hello. I'm sorry, but I've only just started helping out here. I'm still learning our customers' names. I couldn't say if it's the person you're after, but a man did come by earlier who appeared to be an adventurer. He bought a Demea lily that we're currently trialing. Okay. This quest is definitely much more involved than I was aware. This whole event. Veteran shipwright. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Just definitely much longer than I thought it was going to be. Looking for an Orn Gwyncom, you say? Don't know anyone by that name, I'm afraid. I did walk by an unfamiliar fellow just now, though, over by the Mark of the Spinner. He had a flower in his hand, so he caught my eye. Mark of the Spinner, eh? Alright. Order, hello. You know about Orn Gwyncom? Orn? As it happens, I spoke with him just earlier. He said that he wanted to buy flowers, so I directed him to a vendor. Not sure where he is as of now, though. You have an inkling as to where Orn might be. Time to rejoin Ananji. Hi. There you are, Kitameki. Were you able to learn anything? He's probably over by the Mark of the Spinner with the flower. A man who could be Orn brought in a Maya Lily, then went to the Mark of the Spinner. If we hurry there, we might be able to find him. Let's go. Thanks for your time. I definitely don't see everybody doing this quest, so it kind of makes me wonder. Maybe people did it earlier. I am on a JP server, so people may not be awake right now. He was only just seen. He should still be nearby. Surveying very slowly. Begging your pardon, sir, but are you Lieutenant Orn Gwinkum? I haven't been a lieutenant for years, but that's me. What can I do for you? What? What do you want? What are you looking at? I realize this is sudden, but... Can I interview you for the biography that I'm writing about Louis Sois? So, you're writing Louis Sois' biography and want to hear my account as someone who was near on hand at Carteneau? Hello? Do you know me? Do I know you? There must be a reason that you're here too, the warrior of light who led us to victory in Operation Archon. Very well, I will tell you my tale. I mean... Okay, well you didn't have to stare like holes through me, it's a little weird. Now then, where to begin? As you know, the battle was fought over the land where Dalamud was expected to fall. In the beginning, neither side was able to gain the upper hand, but when the Imperials deployed their Magitek armor, our ranks were thrown into disarray. Those charged with protecting Louis Sois like me could only watch the carnage from afar, and though our forces managed to hold out thanks to the adventurer contingent, we sustained grievous casualties, I know that much. But the real tragedy was what followed. As Dalamud hurtled towards us, began shedding fragments of itself before finally bursting open to unleash the primal Bahamut. As all below looked on in shock, the battle completely forgotten. Bahamut took wing and spewed fire all over the land. Men in Magitek armor alike were set ablaze and sent flying like so many insects. I only realized that I had stopped breathing when a commanding voice broke up my trance. "You've done enough," Louis Sois told us. "Now fly. Fly and save yourselves." But like my fellow guards, I wanted to remain. I couldn't charge into battle besides my comrades. At the very least, I would do my duty here and protect Louis Sois to the last. But upon seeing us standing there not making a move, Louis Sois smiled and spoke thus. "Would give your lives to protect something, then protect my hopes. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope, bright and brilliant. So live, I bid you, and be among those who bear the light for others to follow." Those words awakened us to a greater purpose. If there was hope in my living, then I would live as Louis Sois bid. No matter what, I would survive. So together with my fellows, I began making my retreat. Alas, we hadn't gotten far when the explosion erupted and sent us sprawling. I struggled to my feet in time to see the enormous, menacing silhouette of Bahamut looming over Louis Sois. In the next instant, he was enveloped in light, and that was the last I remember of him. Louis Sois' final moment. Yes, final. Coils of Bahamut not being relevant yet. Don't worry about it. Amidst that light, he looked to be smiling. What he was thinking in that moment I couldn't say, but one thing is certain. We, all of us, are alive thanks to him. Following the calamity, it was reported that Louis Soi had defeated Bahamut and set about the land's miraculous regeneration. Do you believe this is the truth? Solemn nod. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope. What we've learned has reaffirmed my belief, Kirameki. The belief that Louis Soi was not an all-powerful savior one reads about in tales, but merely an ordinary man. He was. He was a father and a grandfather, and someone who just cared deeply about the realm. But that man never forsook Eorzea. No, he stood for this realm to the last. He and countless other brave souls, and saved it from being a scorched waste. Against unimaginable adversity he fought, and at the cost of his life, paved the way to a brighter future for us all. The least I can do in return is tell his story, spread his message that where there is life, there is hope. Are you sure you don't want to go talk to his grandkids? Because we could go do that. Thanks to your account, I believe I found an angle for the biography. I'm truly grateful. Do you care to offer a prayer as well? Prayer that the light of hope which Louis Soi preserved shall ever burn bright. I don't mind doing that, but this is a little awkward given the whole 24-man raid series right now, so I'm just a little weird. It's a little weird. The calamity left deep scars across the realm. There was no place that did not want for help to rebuild. After being saved by our twin Adder allies, I decided to become an adventurer, the better to honor Louis Soi's legacy and lend aid to those in need. During my travels, I often hear your tales, and I'm glad I could share my own with you. Nice. Allow me to thank you again for recounting your experiences to us. Nay, 'tis I who owe you thanks for giving me the chance to share Louis Soi's words. All these years I'd avoid speaking of the moment of his passing out of respect, but it would not do to take the tale to my grave. But through the biography, it is my hope that his spirit will live on in all of us. I hope so too. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I shall resume my pilgrimage to the marks. Wherever your travels take you, I shall be praying for your safety. Oh, he's going to each of the marks of the 12. No, he doesn't need to know. Nobody needs to know the truth about the 12. It's fine. We'll leave that alone for right now. The Maya lilies, the symbol of safe passage. As Louis Soi stood there in Cartano, I wonder if he likewise prayed for someone's safety. At any rate, these interviews have yielded everything I'd hoped for and more. Come, let's return to Ul'dah. I'll have your reward for you at Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. There you are. I ended up troubling you longer than I'd intended, but it was a truly fruitful series of interviews. How fortunate that we could hear from those who lived that fateful time. While I still have many questions, the biography is beginning to take shape in my mind. I also feel as though I've attained a measure of closure. Louis saw fought simply as one of us. He made the ultimate sacrifice that hope might endure. This I've come to realize and appreciate thanks to everyone's heartfelt testimonies. Now then, last but not least, I'd like to ask you for your thoughts on something. According to Orn, Louis smiled in his final moment. As he was enveloped in light, what do you imagine he held in his mind? The image of mankind thriving in the future? It's pointless to speculate on such things, the light of hope that shines the way forward. Because of Endwalker and that moment that echoed Louis' prayers to protect everybody and the prayers of our friends to protect us and pray for us and send their vibes for the future to us. They said light the way. So I'm gonna go with the light of hope that shines the way forward. I see. I appreciate your thoughts. As I pen the biography, I'll be certain to remember your words. Well, sad though it is, it's time for us to part ways. I'll set to work on a draft, and I won't rest until the biography goes to print. Thank you for all your help, my friend. I couldn't have come this far without you. End of an era framers kit? Aww. Aww. Oh my god, what a nice quest. What a good way to remember 1.0 events. Oh, that was so nice. That was such a good addition. So you have like the first part was like the regular kind of Rising stuff to remember the journey we've taken since ARR to here, and then that was like an additional bonus quest to remember the events of 1.0 that led up to ARR. So we get the full, not just, so this part was the last 10 years, but that was beyond that. And that's a really cool addition. I like that a lot. A nice nod to us 1.0 players. I appreciate it a lot. Oh my gosh. This was such a good event. We are gonna pivot games now. We're gonna pivot to FF16 for the next couple hours only. Wow, not too long. But yeah, this event was, this was a really good Rising event. Probably the best one in a while, because we got a lot of stories of people, and they were kind of like shout outs to what does it mean to you to be an adventurer, which I like that we're still going with that theme of reflection over the past 10 years. We got messages from the devs, and we got a reflection on not just the last 10 years from 2.0 onwards, but also in 1.0. So that was really nice. Thank you again to all the devs. I know you'll probably, none of them will probably ever see this, but you know, thank you for like, as a 1.0 player, thank you for all the work you do. I know we and me and the community complain about things sometimes, but it's nothing too major. Like, I appreciate all the work that the devs do, and even if nothing ever changed, I'd still love the game. Get it. All right. Enough sappy emotions. We're gonna pivot games now. We're going to switch over to Final Fantasy XVI and play that for a couple hours. So let me go to my break screen here. I'm gonna run ads, maybe go refresh my water, check on the cats. So I'll see you guys in... Right? Okay. See you guys soon.